Hey awesome friends, I am Awesome Danny, and this big box is the Fiio FT3 over-ear headphones. I'm still not used to how big headphone boxes get because I rarely get headphones, mostly IMs here. But man, this thing's huge. Makes it kind of exciting when I get headphones because big box, you open it up, it feels like something more substantial. This big boy FT3 was sent over by Apos Audio. It's a loaner set. I don't get to keep it. They didn't ask me to say anything in particular, just to give it an honest review. And it's been sitting on my shelf for a long time. I've had this thing for, I want to say, months now. I'm so behind on reviews, and I'm gonna keep saying that on videos until I catch up. Life's been busy, I fell behind on reviews, and let's try to catch up. Fiio FT3 is $299, so 300 bucks basically. And like I mentioned, they're full-size headphones. They are over ear and open back. I love open back headphones. I prefer them over closed back, but these are a little different than the usual open back headphone. So you get the sound from a 60mm dynamic driver. That's huge, you know, 60. And IEMs usually get like 10mm, 13 on some. 60mm dynamic driver, and I believe this is the 350 ohm version. Unboxing was okay, it's fun. Like, I mean, headphones are kind of big, so it's not much you can do as far as presentation goes. You like lift the lid off the box and there's the case with everything in it. The accessories are actually pretty good. You get a good amount of them. Like, it feels like there's more to it than just buying headphone. You get a lot of cool stuff that you can use with your new headphones, but they're also built very well. Like, the build quality or feel on these is outstanding. There's a nice leather case. You also get a way too long cable. Like, this cable is super long. Like, whoever designed this cable does not have a cat that tries to attack cables on site. So every time I took this cable out, I had to check around for Sunny first. I'll go ahead and put a little clip of the alleged suspect up for you guys, but this guy attacks cables on site. As soon as I'm taking something out, it's like he knows. Like, he'll hear me, you know, rattle around a box, pulling stuff out. When I start untangling a cable, he'll be somewhere. You can see his little eyes just poking around a corner, ready to charge and pounce. He'll literally just run over here, jump up, and try to snatch the cable off of my desk. That's what I have to live with. It's a cloth covered cable, but it's actually not bad. It has good weight to it, and it behaves well. It doesn't kink, doesn't tangle. It's actually pretty thick, and the hardware on the cable is super solid and looks and feels great. You actually get 4 different type of connection options with these. You can connect this either 3.5mm, 4.4 balanced millimeter, 6.35mm, or XLR4. Like I mentioned, the build of the accessories is great, but the headphone itself is great too. It is super comfortable as well, though the clamp force is like not that tight, so it doesn't feel too secure. It might, you know, rattle around on your head a bit. The cups are very comfortable and plush. It doesn't feel heavy on your head, even though the headphone is kind of heavy. I guess it's a little bit, you know, dense, well built, lots of metal. Overall, definitely feels like it deserves 300 bucks without considering the sound, which, you know, you guys probably only shot for sound. This feels like a full, well thought out and complete product. I really like these headphones. All right, so now let's go ahead and get into the sound signature keywords. I do not have a graph for these. Maybe I'll ask to borrow one from somebody, put it up here. Maybe I'll ask Joe. Joe's a really nice guy, super cool. He has a lot of graphs, so maybe I'll ask him. Maybe if I say please, he'll say yes. But if we get a graph, that's right here. Keywords are rude, assertive, enveloping, immersive, and packed. Now getting into the impressions themselves of the sound, bass is the star of the show here. It is soulful and violent, but in a good way. I don't know, these headphones, the bass just kind of was rude, intrusive, and just manhandled me, but it was awesome. Being open back, you don't usually get bass like this. It would sometimes get a little bit too much, maybe a little bit boomy, a little muddy, kind of creeping into the mids, veiling a little bit, but it's just so satisfying. It thumps good, it rumbles good, you get good extension on the bass on these. It's definitely a very fun bass experience. Mids are full, like they sound good, they sound natural. Again, it's just that bass. Sometimes it creeps over, it makes things sound a little close. And then as for the treble, it's decent. It's there, again, a little clouded and veiled because of the bass, but you still get a good amount of definement. Overall, technicalities are actually pretty good on this. Like, even for this sound presentation, it felt like it was spacious enough, you know, like you were getting that bass, but there was decent room in between sounds. Not a lot, a little bit below average, but still clean. Like the driver sounds plenty capable. It was able to keep up with stuff. It's just that extra bass, you know, really takes center stage. Compared to like the only other headphone I use, the HC600, HC600 does not extend as much in the bass. Bass is more full, more fun, more visceral on the F300, on the FT300. But HC600 lets those mids breathe a little bit more, gives a little bit more room and brings them up forward a bit. And then there's a little bit more air on the HC600 as well. But it's weird because, you know, usually you attribute less bass to a more open signature, but they sound about the same. Like the HC600 isn't super big and spacious. The FT3 is kind of on par, maybe a little bit less so, but you get all that bass, that fun bass. As far as the FT3 goes, my rec rating is going to be a 2. It is a pretty good set, and as a product, it's pretty good. Like, I love this as a product, though. The only concern is going to be the sound. If it's a sound that you might enjoy, then this is a good headphone. It's a really good pair of headphones. I would honestly be content paying $300 for these. It feels like overall there's solid value, complete product, and good sound. It's just, is it the sound that you want? But that's it, guys. That's my review of the FT3. If you enjoy my content, please consider liking and subscribing. We are trying to get to 2,000 by the end of the year. Pretty close. Thank you guys for all your support. I am Awesome Danny, and until next time, you stay awesome, friends. Bye.